Hello guys, this is Charlie from Vintage Speed. What we're going to show you here this afternoon is how to put our spring base kit on a Holley 94 carburetor. Okay, on the Holley 94 you've got your extended shaft sticking out and you've got this nub sticking out here, and that's what the spring fits over. First thing you want to do is you want to get you a drill that's approximately the same size as the spring or a little bit larger. The spring's measuring 40 thousandths, so you can use one up to about 50 thousandths. All right, now, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to drill a hole right here. You want that hole to be about a ½ inch deep. Just drill it right in the base. Drill it in the center of the base, 3/8 of an inch from that mark, that casting mark right there. So 3/8 of an inch over and in the center. And that's not really critical, but it's got to be. Okay, now, your base spring looks like this. You've got a large tang and you got the small tang. If this tang is a little too long for your hole, you want this to fit right down inside your hole like that, flush. Okay, if that spring's a little bit too long, which in this case this one is just a shade long, we're going to clip off just a little bit of it so it fits flush down in the hole, just like that. Okay, then your carb arm. Your carb arm has two sides to it. There's a high side and a low side. You want the high side facing out. You'll notice there's a hole in it. The hole is for the spring. You slip the hole, you slip the spring in the hole, and you want to hold it down flush tight so it's flush against this flange. If you don't keep it flush against the flange, what will happen is your spring will get in behind your arm. Okay. With your arm resting in that position, the easiest way we found to do this is with a 3/8 wrench and a screwdriver. Tighten your arm down, snug, but you don't want it too tight because you've got to be able to still turn it. All right, we should still be able to turn it. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to wind this arm around until it's facing 45 degrees to the rear from vertical. Vertical, 45 degrees to the rear. You're tight up against the flange right there. Your spring may have moved out of the hole a little bit, but it's back in the hole. Okay. Now, once you get that spring out like that, you take this spring and bend it over and clip the spring off. And then I usually take a pair of pliers and bend it down so you don't catch your finger on it. All right. Then we can proceed to tightening back up the arm. And you use the wrench to do the tightening and the screwdriver to hold it. And just tighten your carb arm down. Okay. It should look like that when you're done. There's your return spring on your carburetor. It makes a nice, neat looking little job. The spring rests on this boss. Make sure that your arm is tight up against the flange, or else the spring will get in behind it and it'll bind your linkage. Now remember, on Holley 94, the linkage is reversed from what it is on Stromberg. On a Stromberg, everything's facing forward. So if you're going to use your secondary carburetor on the rear, then, and your primary in the front, then you will actually pull your linkage open. If you're going to use your 94 secondary in the front and the primary on the rear, then your linkage will shove your secondary carburetor open because of the position of this from the throttle shaft. And you could run your arm on the bottom, but most manifolds don't have enough clearance to let the arm clear the manifold. So we found it works good either way. I mean, it'll snap it back and you don't need to hang a lot of screen door springs or anything out there, and it puts the arm right on the carburetor. Well, I hope this helped you. And remember, keep your arm up tight against it. And you can order these off of our catalog. It's www.vintagespeed.com, or you can call us at the office here Monday through Thursday, 772-778 0809. Thank you.